So how is politics treating you?
Politics is dicey. It's treating me well. It's expensive. It's interesting.
It's expensive and interesting.
Yes, it's interesting and expensive. And sympathetic. Yeah, and it's sad too as well.
It's sad?
Sad, yeah.
Then why are you still in there?
When I say it's sad, because you get to communities and you see people who are supposed to be living good and better, and they are living in very bad conditions. And you ask yourself, who is the leader of this country? Who is the one running this country? That the leader's children suffering. All of us put together, our father is the president, and we are the children under him. So as a family man, if you have children who cannot afford 3 square meals, who cannot clothe themselves, who cannot educate themselves, who cannot house themselves, and you are the father of the nation, then there's a problem. So this is what makes me sad and pathetic, because we Ghanaians don't deserve to be where they are now. We're born in a rich country, very rich country, but lack of leadership, our people perish. And as a matter of fact, as a father, I don't expect my child to suffer. I don't expect not to be able to feed my children 3 square meals, house them, clothe them, educate them, take care of their medical bills. It's my responsibility as a father to be able to do that. So if I can do that for my 5 children without any kind of difficulties, without borrowing, without begging, I think the nation Ghana should be able to do that for 30 million citizens without borrowing, without them suffering, without them being in what do you call it, crisis. That is the problem. So that is why I say it's pathetic and sad. Interesting because, of course, you keep going around, you keep campaigning, you meet people, and they tell you that they are tired. Tired of what? They are tired of both parties in government. Those that have been in government, the NDC and the MPP. But then they refuse to make a change. That is interesting. You said you don't want party A, you don't want party B, yet you're not making a change, you are recycling. So I find
is it because, don't you think maybe the other political parties, my own Convention People's Party, your former PNC, your current APC, and all the others, don't you think that politically we've not been able to rebrand ourselves properly to match the political aspirations of the people for them to be able to follow us and vote for us?
That's a big mistake. That is always the excuse. The excuse is that you've not branded yourself. But these ones who have branded themselves are the West. So why do you go there? The point here is that you're looking for a leader, not a branded leader. You're looking for the choice to make decision to change a leader who is not performing. So if I give you a job, you captain, and you're not performing, I need to take you out and put another person. It doesn't matter how handsome you look like, how rich you are. It doesn't matter. What matters is that, are you able to deliver what I've entrusted in you? I go to buy a phone, iPad, laptop. I control. I ask questions. This laptop, is it working? This phone, is it the best? I look at it. I examine it. I am satisfied with the value of the laptop. Then I pay for it. Now, when we go to vote, do we ask same questions? Are you satisfied with the leadership of the current government? Are you satisfied with how they manage your resources? Are you sure that they will change your life before you give them the money?
It looks like the recycling is imminent. And
it's a choice.
After the overthrow of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, it's been seen. I mean, your father was once a member of parliament in the Boko constituency.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, Frank Abdullahi Ayariga, your dad,
yeah,
joined Liman's administration. we were singing the same songs. Maybe I was not born by then. You were probably born. It was the same song the Ghanaian was singing. We are suffering, no water, no this. Then to J.J. Rawlings till today. What exactly do you think is the problem? That we can solve some simple governance equations.
First of all, the problem is lack of vision.
Lack of vision.
Yes.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, the problem is we not being accountable to our people, taking them for granted. And number three, the people not holding.
Is it that the people,
not holding,
the citizens are not interested in holding leaders accountable?
You see, you don't give power to somebody who has failed you.
Who has?
Failed you.
You don't give power to somebody who has failed you.
You don't do that. You change him. Because you've given him power already and he has failed you. Why do you go by giving the same person power? You don't give power to somebody who is in power and cannot manage and is asking for another term. You don't do that. I mean, you need to move. We are not bound by just two parties. We're bound by several parties. And our duty is to make a decision. Who is best among the best? So if we vote NDC 16 years, we're still where we are. We vote MPP 16 years, we're still where we are. 32 years of leadership. I'm sure many of your young people who are 32 are very intelligent and have jobs. But in Ghana, a 32 years young man is still wondering to find 3 square miles. In abroad, there are businessmen, rich couples, rich folks, entrepreneurs. But in Ghana, they are unemployed. They stick lotto. They do betting. That's the only available opportunity left for a Ghanaian society. This is how we've reduced our country to. So for me, if the Ghanaian people are looking for another leader, the leaders have presented themselves. They keep ridiculing themselves and lying to themselves by saying that, oh, Ayariga, if we vote Ayariga, he won't win. Says who? You have not voted a person. And then you conclude by saying that if I vote him, he's not going to win. Vote him and let's see whether he will win or not. If you vote Hassan Ayariga, then John Mahama will not win. Baumia will not equally not win. Then we have to go for a second round. Is it Hassan Ayariga wins or we go for a second one? But if you sit down and say, oh, I'm going to waste my vote on Hassan Ayariga, says who? You've been wasting your vote on people who are put you in crisis. And you don't see that as a problem. You don't see that Ghanaian society, the citizens of Ghana, Ghanaian people now, are the worst on earth. Even though we are rich in minerals, rich in human resource, rich in natural resource, anything. But the only time we are poor is choosing leadership. And the leaders we choose. I listen to you almost every time. You present a lot of policies. Even if the leadership of the NDs and MPP don't have policy, they do not have the policy, can they pick something from some of you, the media men, and some of the people who propose other kind of solutions to our country? It is not bad to pick a policy from somebody and implement it. It is good to implement a policy from somebody that will benefit the many Ghanaians. But it's bad to be arrogant and keep to yourself and then disturb the nature, the people in the nation. Every day, you keep, I'm shocked you're not old because you keep shouting every day. You keep shouting from morning till evening and you shout about things that Ghanaian people must, the president, the government must do. You keep shouting every day. And you are getting tired of it. One day you lose your voice. That's the reality, but we're not picking. I listened to you this morning when you're talking about the police and other professional institutions and how we should treat our police services. Brilliant ideas. But even though I don't agree with all, I disagree with certain part of it, but brilliant ideas. Are you with me? I am a very focused leader. There's a lot in my head here. And I think that when we put our minds and ideas together, we can have a perfect nation. Our problem is fighting poverty, fighting corruption, fighting mismanagement, fighting bad leadership. That's our problem now.